Is there anybody out there? It'll take a while. 30 seconds usually for the lag. Live chat. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Learn more. Oh, hey Ben. Yo. I didn't know anyone was going to show up. I thought I might have goofed it because by default the YouTube app goes unlisted by default. So if I don't remember when I hit the live button, if I don't remember to change it to public beforehand, so you got to go into the edit screen, change it to public, and yeah, if you don't do that, you can sit here talking to yourself. And hey, Whacked Man, hey, very boring name, Tiddy John, Bag Ellis. We are indeed live, James. Hey, Ben. Looks cold. No, it's actually not. No, freezing the balls off the brass monkey. Nope, no, it's not that cold. It's just that it had the potential. It'd be cold if it's very misty at the moment. Yeah, you probably can't make that out behind me, but it's very, very foggy. And but there's zero wind. So, but if it breezed up, it might get a bit chilly. But got the jacket just in case. Hey, Jim. Sir David. If I get knighted. Hey, Oz Norman. Hey, Aussie. Spy Y, 50 hertz. And a Can 10. Butchering that one. Oh. First time chatting live in a while. Welcome back. What am I doing? I am at kids' sports training. It's night here, so I'm watching them over there doing their sports, and it was raining on the way here, but it seems to have stopped. But I am under shelter at the moment, so I should be right. But yeah, there's not much light here. There's one light. There's one floodlight right over there, so if I lean forward, I'm lit up. If I go back, I'm in the dark. Yeah. You're watching from the office. Oh yeah, you have to watch. No, not The Office. Watch Utopia. If you're The Office is good too. But if you're watching from your office, you will love Utopia TV series. Trust me, it's called something different in the US. Indecisive lately. Weather. Yeah, it's pretty crap. Hey, Paul Daniel's in the house, people. Yeah, I surprisingly spell your Greek name very, very good. Other YouTubers or even people from abroad meet, they butcher it. Oh, well, I'm glad I got it right. Usually, like, if I think about it for like 30 seconds, I can probably get it. But that was just like off the cuff. What's the meaning of life? 42, Amrit? When my mum moved into her retirement village, she was she got unit 42, and I'm trying to tell her how cool that was. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. Trust me, it's cool. No, didn't get it. I'd rather not say, Benjamin, if that's okay. Evening. Lighting is fine. Yeah, well, the front camera on this, I'm using a Googly Pixel 8 Pro. I upgraded from the Google 7 normal, or the Google Pixel 7 normal, to the 8 Pro just like 3 months ago or something, because I wanted the better camera support for the macro. I don't know if the front camera's any better, but I wanted a camera that did macro, because the standard Pixel does not have the extra camera that will do macro, or it doesn't have the lens, or it doesn't have whatever support's required to do the macro. I think they use the main lens for the macro. Um, Still rolling in the drama of the BWE fiasco. That was unbelievable, Paul. That was just crazy. Yeah, I actually spoke with Lewis about it. I sent him some stuff, and then he dropped that on me, and then I conferred with somebody else, and they said, "Yep, it's him." I know, so so yeah, someone I know used to, or no, someone he knows. So it's kind of third hand, but anyway, yeah, they confirmed it's him because they went to his shop because he did like a repair business or whatever. So they said, yeah, it's definitely him because his photo was right there in the article. If you get the right article, if you get the right news article on it, his photo's right there. They actually published his photo, and people have confirmed that yes, it's him. So, yep, man. It was so funny because he was actually I didn't contact him on X. But yeah, I didn't contact him on X, but I posted about it, and then he actually replied to me, and so I was kind of like, wasn't really chatting to him. I was just, said a few things, and then he kept actually replying to me, and then like an hour later, after he was replying to me, his account was gone. Oh no, his account was set to private, and it was set to private for a couple of hours. And then it was, and then he nuked the whole thing. Then he nuked, he removed his entire X profile, and then his YouTube channel was gone, then his website was gone, and yeah, but for a couple of hours there, he thought, oh, I can keep my X account. He just put up the message, so he hid all his stuff, so you had to be like a follower of his, and you had to approve you before you could see his tweets, and he had that message up that he's got in his website about, dog's having a chat about the the police investigation. Good luck with that. Be careful what you wish for with the police investigation. Hope to get a privacy strike. No, I shouldn't. I haven't done anything. I haven't posted anything. Yeah, it's all public. Yeah, he's like unbelievable, because he he had, as Lewis said in his video, he had basically started a new life. He changed his name, started a new life, and oh right, yeah, I mentioned it in this video. So yes, I could get a live video. I could get privacy struck, but yeah, he had started a new life, and had a business, and everyone was he was world known, for this software. He was like the leading person in the field, and he just screwed it all up, threw it all away. Unbelievable. Yeah, turned into a content nuke. Oh, very boring name. Oh, you missed the greatest. As I said on X, you missed the greatest Streisand effect in the history of internet drama. Seriously, it is the plot twist. The plot twist. Nobody ruined it for very boring name, but the plot twist is incredible. Go watch Lewis Rossman's video. Yeah, and like a lot of people, I do want to correct something that was doing the rounds though, that he was operating without an ABN, operating the business without an ABN. So some people said, oh, that means he's not paying tax and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that here in Australia. There is actually, if you're a sole trader, there is no legal requirement to get an ABN, which is an Australian business number, and ABN here it's called. There's no legal requirement to get it as a sole trader. I think you must get it as a proprietary limited company, but as a sole trader you do not have to do an ABN. it doesn't mean you're not paying tax. ABN has nothing to do with tax. It just means that you cannot collect input. You might get, if you're buying stuff from suppliers, they might withhold tax on behalf of the government for you at like a rate of like 47% or something like that. But if you're just a software service business like he was, it doesn't make any difference. So no, there's no need to get an ABN. So that's not a thing. A few people were following that, and it is not a thing. yeah, 47% withholding tax if you don't supply your or you might be susceptible to that if you don't supply your ABN. It depends on what you're buying, the supplier, blah blah blah, all sorts of things. But, yeah. Uber micro repairs. Okay, I don't know who that is, but yeah, there's videos all over the place now. Yeah, and Rossman Lewis is funding the coder. I don't know who that is, but some coder who's writing a replacement program for it that's going to be open source. So he's actually funding that. Lewis is funding that, and he's offering, I think, $1,000 if you contribute to the GitHub on that new project. So yeah. Yeah, tax rate is nuts if you don't do things correctly, but you don't need an ABN. I was a sole trader for donkey's years with no ABN. Thank you, Ratam. Help me with my electrical bachelor degree. Awesome. I am a new guy into electronics. Hope one day I'll make something in this domain. Excellent. Well, good luck to you, sir. I hope you do well. As long as you enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy it. Nothing worse than doing something you don't enjoy. Oh, the coder is one of my viewers, is he? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of why it's familiar. Right, yeah. Yeah, I definitely knew the name. I wasn't sure where from. Yeah, the coder. Okay, that makes sense. make updates to the README file and get collect that 1K. I think Lewis is a bit smarter than that. Oh, okay. He's a YouTuber, is he? Okay, right. He wrote up replacement software in a couple of days. Wow, awesome work. Wow, that's great. I'll have to go check his channel then. Everyone's an EEVblog watcher. Well, everyone's seen me sooner or later, whether or not they're actively watching anymore, you know. The coder has received the 5K bounty. Yeah, 3 other 1Ks and more to come for contributors. Oh, great. Thanks for the update, Jim. Paul Daniels. You can get funded from Futo. Yeah. Nope. Amrit has a question, which is a reasonable question. If we connect solar panels globally, can sunlight from one side of the earth power the dark side without using batteries, just by transferring energy across the country? A legit question, which I actually have a video on. If you search EEVblog2, my second channel, I put it on my second channel. I probably should have put it on the main channel. But it was like a 10-minute video just doing some back of the envelope calcs on. So if you search for EEVblog2 for high voltage DC transmission or DC transmission or something like that, you'll find it. And I did the calculations for the high voltage DC link that they were going to link Australia, Northern Australia, where they were going to install a solar farm, to Singapore, I think it was, via a high voltage DC cable and undersea cable. And like Singapore, the Singapore government, or I don't know, investors in Singapore or whatever, they were struck some arrangement with the government or some, you know, I don't know, something here in Australia to put the solar panels, because Singapore's, if you've ever been to Singapore, there's nowhere to put your solar panels. There's no spare land to put your solar panels. So they wanted to put solar panels here in Australia, where we get tons of sun in the outback, because Singapore just rains all the time, monsoonal rain. Ask me about the wave I drove through one time. I drove through a wave in Singapore, um, like an actual wave that was higher than the car. Um, and yeah, so they were going to, I think it's like it's going, or it's been funded. It's been funded. I don't know where they are in construction, but yeah, I've done a video on that. The answer is no, not really. No. You can probably do Australia to Singapore. I think I calculated like 5-6% loss, something like that, but you couldn't do it on a global scale. It's just too hard from a control point of view, I think. Even if you could do it with zero loss. You've got your own, open board data, but now is not the ideal time to push it with all the BWE stuff. Yeah, Paul, you should definitely, that's right. You should definitely be getting Futo funding. I know someone personally who's getting Futo funding. So yeah, they have money. If you've got, I believe it's for like open source projects that work towards helping out with the whole repair stuff, the whole right to repair thing. So yeah, if you've got any software in that regard at all, contact Lewis and he will fund you via Futo, the company that he works for now, which is backed by a billionaire. And they're putting serious coin behind any project that will help out in that regard. Biggest thing to work with is trying to get separate people to work together in the industry. Most of us basement dwellers hate working with others. Yeah, totally. And solar power roads of the future. Yes. Oh God, the whole bloody reflect orbital thing started again today on X. Because of all people, it was Everyday Astronaut. No, it wasn't Scott the Manly. It was Everyday Astronaut. He posted about reflect orbital. It ended up on my timeline, and I just pointed him to my debunk video. And then, a few other people got involved. And then the CEO himself actually replied to me. As he did after I made my video. The Ben Novak, I think his name is. He is also a fellow engineering YouTuber. Had the Ben Builds channel, I think it was called. And then he founded Reflect Orbital. He actually contacted me after he made that video, and he was actually a fan of my channel and ironically loved my debunking videos. And he was hoping that he wouldn't be the subject of one of my debunking videos. I'm sorry, dude, but if we want to put mirrors in space to power solar farms on Earth, you're going to get debunked. Anyway, so he was, very cordial about it all. And he said, I've got it wrong. I've got the calculations wrong. Trust me, bro. We've done the calcs. And he wanted to come on the show and talk about it and stuff. But no, sorry. I'm not going to entertain that sort of thing. Just post your results and prove me wrong. Happy to be proven wrong. The community does need this repair software, and so there Lewis has means to sponsor a coder, getting newer, better software. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, isn't BWE trying to sell his software? I haven't seen where or how he's doing that, but a few people now have mentioned that he's trying to sell his software. Does anyone know any details about that? I don't think anyone will touch it with a barge pole. Rossman's also wailing on about my software, Paul. Yeah, it's great. I love when he teases you in one of his videos. It's pretty fun. Drive the Dave way. With high power solar power, Western Australia powers Australian Eastern Standard Time for 3 hours after sundown. That'd be cool. Yeah, in theory you could put a gigantic, because there's nothing out there. There's probably not much stopping you from putting a high voltage DC cable, at least over to Adelaide. You could do that. I don't know if is WA connected to Adelaide. I mean, Adelaide famously went down and then bought the world's biggest battery from Elon Musk. Elon Musk famously said, we'll supply it in 30 days or it's free. And sure enough, they actually provided this mega battery to South Australia. It was the largest battery in the world at the time. The South Australian Big Battery or something it's called. And yeah, apparently it's actually doing pretty well. Apparently it's paid for itself in terms of they don't need the backup gas generators. So I pay a fortune for those, and they don't need those anymore. So apparently it's paid for itself in its first year or two, like just in rental costs from renting a backup generator somewhere. China is doing some insane high voltage DC links from north to west to southeast. Really? Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, as I calculated, it's like about a 5% loss in that order from going to Northern Territory to Singapore. I don't know how many kilometers, I can't remember, like 2,000 kilometers or something. But yeah, it's doable, but you can't wrap the globe in it. But yeah, there is a decent loss there. If you build them over land, you could use more copper, I guess. Get even less loss. But when you have to install them under the ocean, I guess there's a limit to how thick you can make them. Mega sea bridge, Australia to Singapore. You want to know this wave story? I was in Singapore for a work trip, and Singapore, I was I think I was at the Singapore Zoo. Yeah, I visited the Singapore Zoo. I think it was. And then at night, I was getting this. Then I got a taxi back. Well, I personally didn't drive through the wave. The taxi driver did. I got a taxi back to my hotel from Singapore Zoo, and we were and as soon as I left, monsoonal rain hit. I've never seen rain that heavy in my life. Monsoon, yeah. I asked people and they went, "Oh yeah, the monsoon's just coming through," or whatever. And so we're driving back to the hotel in this cab, and we're following this army truck. It was one of those big, troop carrying trucks, and it was full of troops and everything, and massive big thing. And we're going down this big dip, a big dipper kind of thing, and we'll follow right behind this army truck. And it was it was full. The road was already full of water at the bottom of this dip, and this army truck made this gigantic tidal wave that was 3 times the height of the car at least, and it literally came as a wave. It was you could see it as a wave front. It was curving up. I don't know, hydrodynamically or whatever how it happened, but it was an actual wave. And I went, "Whoa, we're not going to, stop," or something like that. And he said, "No problem," in his Singlish voice, "No problem." And just drove straight through this wave, and we couldn't see anything for 10 seconds. Oh my God, until we emerged over the other side when we were going up the dip. It was the freakiest thing. Unbelievable. Almost crapped my pants. But yeah, it was scary. Bloody Singapore, monsoonal rain. Anyway, enjoy Singapore. Very nice. Isn't the UK still trying to block the sun? I don't know. Mr. Bernstow, I haven't heard the update on that. That's ridiculous. Solar panels over parking lots, car parks. Yeah, so much better. Yeah, that's a thing, Thomas. That's a popular thing now. It's everywhere. I think it's in every country. Yeah, car parks. Because car parks are usually next to shopping centres, and often they put the solar panels on top of these shopping centres, although I think that's more expensive than simply putting them over the car parks. I think because there's certain requirements you have to meet to make sure you don't penetrate the roofs and stuff like that. You have to weigh them down with concrete blocks and stuff. So I think it's actually cheaper to build them over the shopping centre car parks. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. They'll last for 25 years easy. Yeah, I don't know. The insanity, Paul, is because there's money to be had. There's money available. There's government money. Government money is available, and therefore they will sponge it. All you've got to do is be innovative, in quote marks, innovative. Okay, let's put solar panels in the worst possible place. It doesn't matter, because it's innovative, and you will get the funding, guaranteed. You'll get the government and investment funding. Yep. Because the politicians want a virtue signal. They want a virtue signal that they can that they're supporting all this green stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm probably going to do a follow-up video to the railway one. I'm probably going to do a part 3 because somebody sent me a link. It's behind a paywall, but somehow I get access to it. Sent me a link that works, and I can get all of the. There's a lot in Boots in Switzerland. It shows all the solar panels on everyone's rooftop and how big they are. And there's actually a lot of solar panel in that town that didn't show up on the satellite image. So this one actually has better satellite imagery built into it. You can see the panels in it, shows you how many, and there's actually a ton of them. And right there, near the car park where the solar thing is a gigantic installation. So yeah, I'm probably going to do a part 3. I might try and shoot that tomorrow, I think. So, yep. Going from 6K to 20 kilowatts, that's a lot. You and Paul should do the solar installs on Paul's place, multi-part series. Are you going to install your own ones, are you, Paul? Yeah, I've got a 11 kilowatt system. Not sure exactly. Something like that. It's over 10 kilowatts. It's pretty good, but in the winter time it's not that great. Actually, I want to get the battery out of the garage. I want to move the battery because our car's going to die soon. we think our car's like 15 years old now. So I think it's on its last legs. It has done its last major trip. So we're going to have to probably this year get a new, big holiday car for actually going places, camping and road trips and stuff. So yeah, but there's a limit to what we can fit in our garage. And unfortunately, after we installed the battery, we can't fit a bigger car in there, or even the same size one as like borderline. The car's not in there at the moment, so we've got a whole bunch of other crap in the garage because we're doing some other renos inside. But yeah, so I may have to move the battery outside. So I'm probably going to keep the existing rack, and I'm probably going to buy another rack, like an outdoor rated IP 54 rack or something like that. And so I'm going to have to find a rack that fits the rack. So it's going to be a rack inside a rack. Like I could just put a cover over it, but then it'd just be sitting on the ground. It's got feet. It's got screw-on feet, but no, I probably will get a proper probably get a proper outdoor rated rack, and then rack inside a rack. That'll be cool. Oh, my chat froze for some reason. Hey, Defpop. No, you got to leave it to the proper people. Yeah. Crispy fry myself on the roof. Yeah, second roof all clear. Yeah, it's a dog of a job. It's a dog of a job. I actually took down all of my panels. I actually took them all down myself when I did the roof reno, and yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun. Let alone that was just taking them down. Yeah, that was not fun, let alone installing them. No, just leave it up to the guys who do it every day. It's just far easier. Yeah. You're going to get a battery because the new government is going to piss away all our tax dollars. So you're paying for the battery anyway as a taxpayer. You may as well get your $4,000 rebate or whatever it is for your home battery. You're going to be paying for it anyway. Yeah, all the extra light panels are pretty darn cheap. What does it cost? Like $150 for a 400 watt panel here in Australia or something. It costs more in the mounting and the inverters and stuff. See you, Paul. Hot honey chicken served up. Ooh, enjoy. Here in the UK, solar install is done with full scaffolding around the house. Yeah, that's what we had around the house. We actually had the scaffolding. It was fun. So yeah, I took the opportunity to use the scaffolding to take down the panels. Otherwise, yeah, it's not, you're very close to the edge. I probably would have had to like do a harness thing, maybe. The wife would have made me do a harness, but because we had the we did have the scaffolding there, because we're doing the reno, then yeah, made it far easier. Yeah. Although if I fell off, still wouldn't have been fun. Yeah, it's quiet, Def Pop. People need to chat more. I don't know what that is in Aussie or US dollars. Anage. Quotes I've gotten so far, it's 12k battery subsidy from a 20k bill. What? Ultra noob? Really? I thought it was like capped at like $4,000 or something. Really? You can get 12k battery? Like, I installed my battery at the wrong time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But then again, I didn't pay a lot for my battery. Mrs. EEVblog. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go, I guess. Oh, hang on. Don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to end the stream and call her back. I didn't know if like her voice was going to come through or how that works. I've never had a call during a thing. So yeah, I'll have to go or pause or whatever. Yeah, I just don't want her to accidentally come through. So, all right, sorry guys, I'm off. I better call her back now. Could be important. Catch you next time. She who must be obeyed.